In some half from Maxi Gawn. This time, Gibbons is awake to the tap out the back. Oh, May, big fly over the top of McGovern. Here's an opportunity for the Blues through Cunningham. Streaks into an open goal, and finally the Blues kick their first, deep in the first half.
Well done, well done. A long time coming. Won't even say it was badly needed, but the fortuitous part was this kick that I've been talking about hasn't been ideal. Well done, he read that. That kick there hasn't been working, and on this occasion it shouldn't have been because they were outnumbered again. It was just that Stephen May dropped the mark and let the ball go over the back. So they pinched one there, which was fine. They got it from a stoppage, which hasn't been, you know, clearly has been going all the other way. So, I mean, they get it back to 35 points, nearly half time. They had a big second half, how as you pointed out, against Richmond, so they'll be hanging on to that. But gee, they needed one. They needed just one. A bit of excitement.
It's a crowded forward line. Only 4 Melbourne players not in their defensive 50. Big pack of players, as you'd expect. Lang on the left, and the Blues have got 2 in the space of 2 minutes to give themselves some hope running into the half-time break.
Yeah, and you might think we're being facetious, but not at all. And Carlton, this is a side they're playing against who have given up leads, and they have been vulnerable and haven't had a great last 12 months. You know, 5 wins, it says a side who are desperate and maybe been able to put teams away hasn't been a strength for Melbourne. So all of a sudden now it's 7 goals to 2 and the margin's down inside, you know, 30 points. It's at 29. They'll believe. They'll start to get to some belief. Got to get the ball to ground here. And I reckon the tape will be going on who was on Lang on that occasion, because the ball had to come to ground. And then Carlton have got to understand and realise that. So
by Fridge, he did everything but take the mark. Now Doherty off half-back. Simpson, a warrior for this football club. To McGovern. Can he grab it? He can't. But Martin, look at this man go. Streams forward. Long ball towards Kaz. Bolt! And Big Levi takes a big grab.
That's why you recruit Jack Martin.
Great passage, wasn't it?
The class to rove, to be in the right position, to have the speed to break away, and then to pick the right option streaming forward on the wrong foot. That was a superb kick.
And this is what Levi Casbolt's got to do. I mean, minimal impact on the game for a big bloke. He's got to be getting to more marking contests. We know he's got beautiful hands.
To kick 3 in a row for the Blues. Casbolt check sides it through. Dunstall shakes his head, but a goal's a goal. And Carlton moved back into the game.
Well, you saw the reaction from the Carlton players. That's what they needed. Reward for effort. All of a sudden you get it. They're 4 goals down. And they could have been 8 or 10 goals down the way the game was going 5 minutes into the second term. How good was Doherty to get across and stop Fritsch taking the second grab there?
I mean, this is the best passage of play clearly for the day. Look at that. Beautifully read. But problems here for Melbourne.
Well, this is a new-look Carlton forward line in some ways. Casbolt is in the middle of it, but they've added some stock to their forward line to try and change it up a bit. We talked about Charlie Curnow not being there, but Martin is a new recruit. You mentioned Gary. Game 2 only, and Game 1 was a ripper. They've added Eddie Betts to this.
Murphy. Play on. Aggressive kick is good to Cripps. Got some flow now, the Blues. Walsh can hit a target inside 50. For the first time, we've seen a Carlton forward lead and take a strong mark. And McGovern will line up from 45.
They're right on top. They are absolutely right on top, the Blues. The challenge now for these players is to convert when they get the opportunities. And they could nearly be level by the end of this term. The way they're playing, we've got to have a ball game, a serious ball game.
90 career goals for Mitch McGovern. Missed a couple of opportunities in the last few minutes, the Blues. Can Mitch right the ship from 48? Leans back on it, loves it. Carlton are coming here at Marvel. They've kicked the last 4 goals of the match, and now it's Melbourne that look a little nervous.
19-5 the clearances since quarter time, if you don't mind. And that it was too easy in the end for Melbourne. But credit to them, they've worked so hard at the actual contest from a stoppage clearance point of view. And this is what Carlton fans want. They know they can get the footy inside 50. They don't always get it like that. And it's taken Sam Walsh to be able to hit the target. So they are on top. Momentum's with them since quarter time. That was 32 points the margin. Melbourne kicked the first 2 of the second quarter, pushed it out to 42 points. And now it sits at 17 points with Carlton having kicked the last 4. And the belief's there. The belief is there for this Carlton team.
Doherty was waiting for it to sail to the back. Blasted back towards that Jackson-Plowman contest. McGovern starting to have an impact.
Starting to work his way into the game. Plays on. Left foot ball. Can he find a target? Mackay, Jetta.
Well done, Jetta.
Did really well there, Nev, to bring it to ground. Now Gibbons has an opportunity. Steadies, lines up from 38 metres out. Here come the Navy Blues.
What a great finish from Gibbons. So eventually the inside 50 is going to tell, you would think. Deft little touch from Eddie Betts. He saw Gibbons out on his own. He mightn't have the flexibility in his hamstrings anymore, Chief. He didn't even bend over. He just toe poked it out. But this bloke, this is what Carlton want from McGovern when they recruited him. Up the ground, push it on. There's the deft little toe poke, and this is the nice finish. So the question again's been asked. 16 points the margin.
Showing some class today. Michael Gibbons done some really good things. Up to 15 possessions, kicked the goal. That is a great finishing. And here the Carlton players out there, they know they're in the contest. But as we said, they've got to take that next step and actually come back and win a game, not just be competitive.
Gets out of trouble. Clever from Petrevski-Seton. Murphy, it opens up in front of him. Mackay staying down, he's laying. Eddie Betts streams into an open goal. Eddie kicks his first back at the Blues. They've got another one, Carlton.
Well, here we go here. It does look like there's a conservative side out there that are playing for the finish line. And
which is a risky strategy.
Well, of course it is. Yeah, Maxi Gawn goes backwards, kicks a footy back 20 metres back the other way. And then you get this sort of thing happening. So Carlton now full of running, full of momentum. Well, you got one side, and look, once it closes up like this, it forces the other team to attack again, which might be the response from Melbourne. But
he made a big decision, Joel Smith, to attack the ball, fly for the mark. He was the one on Eddie Betts at the time. He left him, and that's his man running into the open goal.
That is as bad a decision as the one to try and jump on someone's head, Paddy Cripps' head, back in the third quarter. I mean, that's defence 101. They were already 201 in the air.
35. Cunningham will get it back from the 1-2. Mackay provides a lead. They've got players deep. Big marking contest, this one, and again. Look at this man, Cripps says, get out of my way.
He can do it in points the way he's going at the moment. So 44 inside 50 to 35. So Melbourne they had 10 at quarter time. So they've had another 25. They were 5 at quarter time, so they've had 39 since quarter time.
Need to see Paddy Cripps really kick through the footy. There's doubt in his kicking at the moment. He's not kicking right through the ball. He's slicing across a little. He's just got to trust it.
Cripps to bring his team within a point. He's missed 2. Steers it through. Carlton are only 1 point down on the back of the skipper.
Well, that is a champion, because you put your head up, you put your head there and say, I'll be the man, and you miss. The easiest thing is to go back into your shell, but the very, very best say, give it to me again. Give me another go at being the match winner. And he sticks his head in the noose and comes through this time. So have Melbourne got someone of that ilk, of that character, to stand up and say, not on my watch am I going to give up a 42-point lead in this shortened game and lose the game. Because right now Carlton have. And he's got number 9. He hasn't had the greatest of days. He might just be the match winner. So, no crowd here. The score is, what is it? It's a point the margin. It's quite extraordinary here. They'll be going crazy, the Blue fans.